This is your weekly moment of growth. One of the questions I get a lot is, how do I find my purpose? How do I know the reason behind why I'm still here, what I'm supposed to be doing? What am I really supposed to be chasing? So I just wanted to take probably just a minute or two today and, talk to you guys about an exercise that you're able to do to tap into what I feel may be your purpose, or how do we kind of find that, what's deep down inside, the reason that we're all here, right? And so here's what I want you to do. First, I want you to do some self-reflecting, and I want you to think back to when you were a kid and the things that people said to you, right? I've said recently that, when I was 12, 13, 14 years old, people would look at me and say, "You're going to change the world one day, aren't you?" And I was like, that's so crazy and mind-blowing for a 12, 13, or 14-year-old to hear somebody say to them, but this is a reoccurring thing that happened in my life. And I didn't think about that until hindsight, when I reflected back and I realized that this podcast gets played, in 100 countries every single week, so I'm impacting the world in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes our purpose is smacking us in the face, we just don't know the vehicle to get there. So that's the first one. Do some self-reflection to find out what is a reoccurring theme of people coming to you and saying certain things. Number 2. This one takes a little bit of guts, but what I want you to do is write an email to the 10 people that are closest to you, meaning you spend the most time with them. You open up to them, you let them know your good parts and your bad parts. And I want you to ask them to tell you your top 3 best traits and your top 3 worst traits. And within the top 3 best traits, you'll find a common denominator. You're a great communicator. You're great with children. You are a great listener. So you'll find a common denominator within those, and usually within that, you'll find a purpose. And so you're saying, Justin, if we're just trying to find my purpose, why am I asking them what my weak points are? Because nobody really wants to hear that. Well, the weak points will actually help you unlock how to get to that gift and that purpose that you've been given. So I'll give you an example. When I asked this question to 10 people in my life, I found that I was a great listener and I was great at giving advice. This was a common theme with all 10 of the people. But my weak point was I delivered it in the wrong manner. So I delivered what I felt was right to them in the wrong way. And so therefore it was coming across in the wrong way. I had to develop a skill to learn how to communicate better with individuals. So it gave me the actual ability to then unlock my purpose through the podcast and other things. And like I said, the vehicle can come organically. So those are 2 quick things you guys can do to figure out your purpose and to start helping other people. Sometimes the purpose is very simple and sometimes it's much more extravagant. I don't want you to look at somebody who you admire and say, oh, because they're doing huge things, I'm worthless or I'm not good enough. Because the fact that you have the ability to shift the mind of one individual, or you have the ability to make somebody smile, that's purpose enough, and that should make you smile. I appreciate you guys spending the last couple minutes with me. This was a lot of fun. I'll see you next week.